Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little fall morning routine at almost 34 weeks pregnant. Can you believe it? I've been trying to get up usually around 7 a.m. This right here is the crucial point when my alarm goes off and I grab my phone to turn it off. It is so tempting to want to scroll through text messages, emails, social media, and honestly some mornings I do, but like I've shared in my social media boundaries video, I really try to make it a point to not go on my phone before spending time with Jesus. This just really sets the tone for my day, allows me to focus my thoughts and my mind on Him. I used to take my vitamins first thing in the morning, but since being pregnant, I found that I do a little better taking them at night, which is why they're on my nightstand. I use the Ritual prenatal vitamin, and this video is not sponsored, but I love Ritual. I used their women's multivitamin before becoming pregnant and their prenatal all throughout this pregnancy, and I do have an old code with them that is still active. Next up is a quick little skincare routine, so I'll wash my face with the Primally Pure Baby Bar. This is a goat milk soap and I love how gentle and soothing it is. And then I'll spritz some of their clarifying mist on my face using a cotton pad, and this is just really refreshing and rejuvenating. Again, not sponsored, but I do also have a code with Primally Pure. It's Kaci, Nicole, and it'll get you 10% off of any of their products, and so I'll have that linked down below. And then I'll go ahead and brush my teeth and rub some oil on the belly. And can we just take a minute for how much this thing has grown? None of my robes were fitting me anymore, so I recently got this new one from Target. It's from their Stars Above line, and it is so soft and so cozy. I'll link it down below. And then I also recently got these new slippers on sale from Madewell. Next up, I head to the kitchen to make some breakfast. I used to make breakfast after having my quiet time, but being pregnant, I have to eat right away or I'll start to feel sick. And so I'll get breakfast started, which you guys know always means eggs. And while I'm getting things started, I try to drink some water. I found that it's been hard for me to drink a lot of water in pregnancy because in the beginning I was super nauseous and I kind of just got out of the habit. I've of course been trying to make myself drink enough, and one thing I found that makes a huge difference is if I drink it in the morning, I'm so much more prone to drink it throughout the day as well. And I think that's just a cool little parallel when we think about how Jesus is the living water, how He brings life and nourishment to our souls. And I think it's similar that when we start our days with Him and spending time with Him, it's easier to sort of redirect our thoughts back to Him and talk to Him throughout the day. Whereas if we don't have that quote unquote water in the morning, it's easier to go all day without even really drinking any. And so I think this is a cool reminder to drink your water first thing in the morning and to also spend time with Him. If it's full enough, we usually try to run the dishwasher at night so that we can end the night with a clean kitchen and also wake up to a clean kitchen, which is such a good feeling. And so as the water's heating up for the eggs, I usually try to unload the dishwasher. Of course, this doesn't happen every day, but I've found that on the days I'm able to stay on top of this little by little throughout the day, rather than letting dishes pile up in the sink. It just makes things so much easier. Depending on our schedules, Tyler and I will usually try to eat breakfast together. He did have to leave pretty early this morning, so breakfast was a quick one, but no matter how long or short, I always really cherish this time with him in the morning. I love you. Bye. after I clean up from breakfast, it's time to make my matcha, and there is just nothing that compares to a good homemade matcha. I'll link the matcha I use and the different tools I use to make it down below, and I would love to hear from you. What is your favorite morning drink? Next up, it's time for my quiet time. Lately, I've been reading through the book of Genesis, which is one of my all-time favorites. I've been going through the story of Abraham, and this morning I was in Genesis 17, and this is the point in the story when, after years of waiting, even after God has made the promise that Abraham would have a son, God returns to him and says, "Your son will be born a year from now." And he gives Abraham the name for his son, which would be Isaac. And I just thought it was funny. I noticed this time in reading that when God tells Abraham that his son would be born in a year, and then when he also tells the same thing to Sarah separately, both of their responses is to laugh, sort of in disbelief, because at this point, Abraham is 99 and Sarah is 90, and they laugh. And if you look at the meaning of the name Isaac, which I've been looking at a lot of name meanings as we're trying to figure out the name for our baby, but the meaning of the name Isaac is one who laughs or one who rejoices. And so I just thought this was a funny connection. And then when Sarah laughs, the angels who had told her the news that her son would be born in a year, they said, "Why are you laughing?" And it says that she was afraid. So she says, "I didn't laugh." And they come back to her and say, "But you did," which I just thought was a funny interaction. But that's what I read this morning. And also after God tells Abraham this news, he gives him the covenant of circumcision. And I just thought it was interesting that at 99 years old, Abraham is circumcised. And this would have been shortly before him and Sarah conceived their son of the promise. And I think it's sort of this picture of a cutting away in preparation for the promise. I always try to end my quiet times in prayer, just responding to God, talking to Him about what I learned from what I read, and also praying over specific requests for people in my life, for myself, praying over Tyler, praying over our sweet little baby who will be here next month now. And I did want to mention as well, because I've been seeing some questions asking if I'm planning to do more Bible study with me series. The answer is absolutely yes. I love doing those series and I hope to always do them in some form or another. And so I'm actually planning to give an update here soon, sharing what that's going to look like and when the next one will be. Once I finish this simple but cozy little morning routine, I'll jump into work for the day. Most days I don't get fully ready in terms of makeup and hair and all of that, but on days I know I'm going to be filming or days when we have evening plans, I will. And so on those days, I will usually take a break a couple hours into work to do my makeup. And this particular day, I knew I was going to be filming later, and so that is what I did. But that is my morning routine. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and then also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I would also love to hear from you down in the comments any other video ideas you'd like to see from me. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!